it's your girl Morgan. Welcome to the Get Real podcast. In case you're new here, this is the podcast where we talk about everything: business, parenting, and all the other things I'm barely surviving. We pick the brains of professionals, hear inspirational stories, and get advice from friends. Literally, this is your everything podcast, and I'm so glad you're here. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so that you can stay tuned for all the episodes and never miss a beat. All right, let's dive in. We are back. It has been a wild 2025 already. And I just really thank y'all for sticking with me. So I know I've heard so many people say 2025 has been the wildest ride. And that's the same for us too. So let me just tell you how it started out. 2025 started out with my mother having quadruple bypass surgery, and that was terrifying in itself. Then on my birthday in April, my brother-in-law, who is so near and dear to me, got diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And so we've been battling that in the meantime. And guys, look, it has been, I can't even come up with a word for it. In the middle of all of that, I also was finishing up nurse practitioner, and God will always put those silver linings right where they're needed. So in the midst of all of this stress and all of this going on, my niece had a new baby. So we have a new little baby girl, Josie, in the family, and we are all so smitten by her. I cannot even tell y'all. I can't even explain. She's just so perfect. She is like the perfect little glow bug baby doll. And gosh, I can't wait to go see her again. We're going to go in a few days. And yeah, tomorrow we're going to go see her. But in the midst of all this bad, we have a brand new little baby. And then I graduated nurse practitioner school from UAB and passed my boards, thank goodness. So even in the hard times, if you just keep going, I promise you'll get through it. Anyways, all of that has been going on. And all of that, I guess I'm just trying to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I put the podcast on hold, but we have so many fun things coming up. And now that I'm done with school, I really don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I guess I'm going to podcast more. But here are some up and coming things. Not only is Get Real with Morgan back and going, and we'll be here for your weekly editions again, but you're actually going to get 2 weekly editions. One of just our regular old chats with me, and the second one is a new segment. So I have partnered up with Lindsay Beckham, and she has the Lindsay Beckham Show, and it's actually on a local radio station here. It's every day on 103.9 YAB, and it's for an hour. It's from 12:07 to 1, and I have partnered up with her for a weekly special edition of Pour It Out with Morgan and Lindsay. Excuse me, I said that backwards. Not me taking the spotlight. Pour It Out with Lindsay and Morgan, and it's a special segment of the Lindsay Beckham Show. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna bring those here as well, so you'll be able to listen to both our regular chats and the Pour It Out with Lindsay and Morgan episode right here on wherever you're listening now, whichever platform. Um, but all that to say, I had to give y'all a little welcome back intro. This is not our first full episode back, but I wanted to share because we do have a few episodes of Poured Out with Lindsay and Morgan, and I wanted to go ahead and get those live, but I felt like I needed to come back and say, hey, before I just posted these new segments, and you're going to be like, what is going on? Is this the same podcast? And we are back. And next week you will have the first full edition back of Get Real Morgan. But for now, you can check out these 2 episodes from Poured Out with Lindsay and Morgan because they were so good and they were live. And I don't know, our conversations just flow so well. And literally any conversation will go. So we are going to have a suggestion box, like a topic box. And that way, just anybody who wants to get in on the conversation virtually kind of can, whatever topics you want to talk about. we want to talk about them. So we want to hear from our audience and we want to talk about things that are relevant to you and your life and what's going on with everything that you're going through. And if we have any insight on it or any, I don't know, encouragement or advice, we would love to put it in there for you out there. And so that's kind of like our goal. And that's always been the goal here with Get Real with Morgan and Charlie because I just, you know, my life is so random. And that's why I started this. And that's why it really is a vague podcast. It is not narrowed in. I know, I know. What do they say? The riches are in the niches. Well, this definitely is not a niche down podcast because I want to be able to talk about anything that pops up in real life. I want to be able to share it. I want anybody in any kind of walk of life to be able to find an episode that relates to them. So that's why when I started this podcast, it was all about just real life, kids, business, school. I can now done with school, and I'm going to try to convince myself that I never want to go back to school, even though that is so hard because I don't know what's wrong with me. I guess we'll dive into psychology in some episodes too, but I feel like every time I get settled, it's like I have to get unsettled. And there is a topic in that, and we will discuss that. We will unbox that part in a later episode because that's a real deal. And just being uncomfortable is a real deal and it's necessary. And okay, I'm going to stop because that's a whole nother episode. But, anyways, my point is I'm done with school, but we can still talk about school and I can share just, I don't know, my real life experience of getting through it with 4 kids and working full time and all the things. And I still was able to get my master's degree, pass my boards, and now I'm up and running and ready to treat patients at Women's Wellness, which is where I've always been. It is one of my first career love here is Women's Wellness. And so, anyways, so all that to say, this was a short little intro, and I'm so glad that y'all are back. Come back every week. You will have 2 episodes. See, like I was gone for a little bit and let you guys down, but I came back with even more value, right? Like you get not only me, but you also get me and Lindsay, and it's just going to be great. So I hope you'll have a great week and check out these next 2 episodes of Pour It Out with Lindsay and Morgan. And I'll chat with y'all next week. Okay, bye.